Okay, so ray casting, here's my layman understanding of it with this simple mock-up here. I have this scene set up with some constraints just to demonstrate my understanding of this, and let's have a look. So we have a mouse, and then we have the screen. So this would be computer screen. You're just looking through the scene, through the screen, and potentially there could be a ray going from the screen all the way through the scene, and whatever intersects that ray would be able to be calculated. And one way in my mind to do this would be to simply move the mouse to a point. Let me turn that off for a second. Yeah. Alright, so turn the constraint off. So as I'm moving the mouse through the scene, it's setting up potential points to intersect. Right? So let's say I put it up at the top there, and then I turn on that constraint by hitting Shift A, for example, right? And then now I'm able to move and rotate around that point. You see, I'm shifting the potential intersection in the scene. So wouldn't necessarily be the mouse, it would be, for example, whatever intersected the ray from the screen through the mouse where it's pointed in 2D, right? So now with that scenario it would be moving around that face. So that's how I understand it, and it's also how I understand, right or wrong, how it works with this snapping to the center function in both Maya and Modo. So basically, if you have a ray going through the scene from like that, it would calculate a group of faces here, or points, and some more geometry on the other side. It's basically taking those two intersections and calculating a center between them. That is my understanding of ray casting, right? So the way it works in Maya is you come over here, if you turn on the joint tool, and what happened? Oh, I gotta select this guy. Yeah. So I turn on the joint tool, and then make sure that snap to projected center, right? So now if I just hit a joint here, it will be the projected center of that ray that got cast through the scene, right? So if I put it here, it's going to be the projected center of this ray cast through the scene, right? And here it's going to be the projected center of that ray cast through the scene, and moving on down, and here, and then there I can make my joints like that, right? So that's casting through the geometry, the center of the geometry, each time making a calculation there, right? So that's my understanding of how ray casting works. So in ZBrush, there's a similar thing, and I don't know what this is because I'm not really a software engineer, so I have no idea what they're doing. But it appears as if the mouse is able to determine where the center is. Isn't that also ray casting? I'm not really sure. But here we go. See, I click on the hand now, and I can rotate around the hand. Or I can just be out here, and I'm still rotating around the hand, but I can click on the body and then just kind of rotate around that center, rotate around there, rotate around the head, rotate around the feet. And there's no keyboard shortcuts necessary. It's just calculating, from what I can tell, a ray through the screen into the scene, and whatever geometry intersects it, it was able to calculate what's under the mouse. I think that's what Eric is asking for. Why can't we just do this? Be it a shortcut or some kind of feature that you turn on. And I have to say, I agree with them. I'm not sure why we can't do this in Lightwave. It should be there. And I don't think it has anything to do with selecting faces. We shouldn't have to select faces, right?